You stepped out of the salon, and something still wasn't right. You couldn't put your finger on it. You just felt heavier, older, not quite you. And here's the painful part. The wrong cut isn't just unflattering. It's quietly adding 5 to 7 years to your face every single morning before you've even said a word. Your bone structure, your cheekbones, those beautiful eyes, they deserve a cut that works with them, not against them. In part 4, I'm sharing the one cut that creates the illusion of higher cheekbones. Don't skip it. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50, so you get real results fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1. The layered Licia cut. Here's the thing nobody in the salon ever tells you. The cut that makes women look the most instantly, effortlessly younger isn't the most dramatic one. It's not a pixie. It's not a bold crop. It's this one, and most women walk past it every single time. This is the layered Licia. A length that falls just above the collarbone with soft interior layers cut in a way that moves every single time you turn your head. And I promise you, if you're over 60 and your hair has been sitting in one dense, unmoving shape around your jaw, you need to hear what this cut is actually doing, or not doing, for you. This is the one a friend of mine heard and immediately called her stylist. Because once you understand why it works, you can't unsee it. A heavy blunt cut at jaw level does one thing to a face over 60. It draws the eyes sideways and downward. It widens the jaw visually. It flattens the cheekbones. It pulls everything that should be lifted down. That's the honest truth, and I wish someone had said it sooner. The layered Licia does the opposite. The layers, and this is the part your stylist needs to understand, must be cut internally, not at the surface. You're not asking for wispy ends. You're asking for weight removal through the midshaft so the hair moves and lifts rather than falls and sits. Tell your stylist, I want interior layers removing weight through the mid-lengths, keeping length at the collarbone, with a soft disconnected texture through the ends. Those exact words. What changes immediately? The jaw reads slimmer. The cheekbones lift. The whole face looks like it's been opened up. Not surgically, not dramatically, just naturally, in the way that makes people say, "You look amazing, did something change?" And they can't name what it was. That's the magic of this cut. It works without announcing itself. For upkeep, come in every 8 weeks for a half-inch trim, and ask to refresh the interior layers with thinning shears, not point cutting scissors. Thinning shears keep the movement without reducing the length. And speaking of length, part 2 is about what happens when you get the length right but the shape completely wrong. It's the most common error I see, and it's fixable in one single appointment. Part 2, the soft shag cut. Let me ask you something directly. Have you ever had a length that looked right in the salon, sat perfectly at your shoulders, seemed balanced, but somehow never looked the way you pictured it once you got home? You kept returning to that same stylist. You kept asking for the same thing. And every single time, something was still missing. What was missing was shape. Specifically, the shape inside the cut. Here's what nobody tells you. A one-length cut at the shoulders is one of the most visually aging shapes for women over 60. It doesn't matter what length it is. If there's no internal shaping, no layering, no textural variation, it reads as a wig. It sits on the head rather than growing from it. And at 60 plus, when your hair may be finer or softer than it was, that flat one-length shape telegraphs weight and age in a way that takes years from you without a single wrinkle being involved. The fix is a soft shag. I know, the word shag makes some women immediately nervous. But a modern soft shag for women over 60 is nothing like the 1970s version. It's a shoulder-length cut with graduated layers starting at the cheekbone, cascading down, and ending with curtain bangs or a soft face-framing piece that draws the eye upward. That upward draw is everything. It steals years. This is the one that changes how your entire face reads on camera. Write this one down. Tell your stylist, I want a soft shag with graduated layers beginning at the cheekbone, curtain bangs parted softly in the center, and texture through the ends, keeping the length at the shoulder. If they look uncertain, show them this description. Those words are your appointment. The swap is this. If you're still sitting in a one-length shoulder cut with no internal texture, swap it for the soft shag with curtain framing. The one-length cut makes the face red rectangular and flat. The soft shag makes your features read structured, elegant, and refined. Same woman, same bone structure, entirely different decade. For maintenance, refresh your curtain bangs every 5 to 6 weeks. That's the one piece that grows out fastest and softens first. And it's the piece doing the most work for your face. The next mistake is the one I see most often, and the most expensive one to fix if you leave it too long. It's about what happens when women over 60 go too short for the wrong reasons. Part 3. Part 3. The textured pixie with length. I watched a woman in a salon chair last week, stunning bone structure, perfect posture, and she kept asking her stylist to just take it shorter. The stylist kept cutting, and each time, the woman's face read a little more angular, a little more sharp, a little less soft. She didn't know what she was asking for. She just knew something felt wrong and thought less hair was the answer. She needed a textured pixie with length. Not more cutting, better cutting. Here's the truth about shortcuts and women over 60. The wrong shortcut doesn't just look dated. It accelerates visible aging by removing the softness that frames the face. When a pixie is cut too close on the sides and top without length, the ears become exposed, the jaw reads harder, and the temples, which naturally hollow as we age, are suddenly completely visible with nothing to soften them. That hollowing adds years. Quietly, every day. The right version, the textured pixie with length, keeps 2 to 3 inches through the top and crown, leaves a soft piece at the temple, and uses point cutting through the sides to create texture rather than a blunt, helmet-like finish. The length at the crown creates volume. The temple piece softens the facial angle. The textured sides stop the cut from reading severe. This is what nobody in this space talks about. The length isn't the problem. The texture is the solution. Tell your stylist, I want a textured pixie keeping 2 to 3 inches through the crown, a soft fringe piece at the temple left to fall naturally, and point cutting through the sides, not clipper close, not blunt, textured. That last word is the one that changes everything. The swap. If you've been asking for shorter and cleaner, and still not loving the result, stop going shorter. Ask for texture instead. A close-cropped helmet cut versus a textured length pixie. Same short category, completely different decade. The textured version reads rich, intentional, and modern. The cropped version reads dated by comparison. Maintenance is every 6 weeks here. This cut grows out fast, and the moment the crown loses its volume, the aging effect comes back. 6 weeks. Not 8. Set the appointment before you leave the chair. I didn't expect part 4 to be the one people message me about most. But it always is. There's one specific cut that visually lifts the cheekbones. Without any procedure, without anything other than the right shape. That's next. Part 4. The collarbone bob with face framing layers. Your cheekbones haven't gone anywhere. They're still there, exactly as they were, exactly as beautiful. What's changed is everything around them. And one cut, done right, frames them the way a museum frames a painting, with intention, with space, with everything pointing inward and upward toward the thing that matters most. Most women over 60 have been told to keep hair away from the face. You've probably heard it. Short around the face opens things up. That advice isn't always wrong, but applied without precision, it strips the very framing that makes cheekbones read. Here's the specific truth. The cheekbone sits in the middle third of the face. To make it read higher and more defined, the eye needs to be led there. And that's done with face framing layers that begin at the cheekbone level and fall forward slightly, just brushing the corner of the jaw. Not covering the face. Not hiding anything. Just framing. The collarbone bob with face framing layers is the cut that does this better than anything else for women over 60. The length, precisely at the collarbone, not above it, not below it, creates a visual line that elongates the neck. The face framing layers that begin at the cheekbone pull the eye up and in. Together, they create a naturally lifted appearance that no procedure can replicate without effort. Yes, that's specific. Your stylist needs to know exactly what you're asking for. Say this. I want a collarbone bob with the length sitting precisely at the collarbone, not above, not below. I want face framing layers starting at the cheekbone and angled to fall forward, ending just at the jaw corner. The rest of the cut stays one length. Read that out. Repeat it if needed. That's the appointment. The swap. If you've been wearing a blunt mid-length with everything pushed back or behind the ear, swap it for this collarbone bob with forward-falling face-framing layers. The before is a beautiful face with nothing guiding the eye. The after is that same beautiful face. Now framed, now structured, now looking exactly as stunning as your bone structure deserves. Upkeep is simple. Every 8 weeks for a length trim. And ask specifically to refresh the face framing pieces with a razor to keep the angle soft rather than blunt. That soft angle is what does the work. What I'm covering in part 5. Most women find it even harder to hear. But it's the one that matters most, because it's the cut that works for fine and thinning hair specifically, and it does something most women think only volume products can achieve. Part 5. The feathered volume bob. Fine hair is the one thing most women over 60 have quietly accepted as a limitation. You stopped expecting volume. You found products that helped a little. You learned to work with what you had. And you got so used to your hair lying flat by mid-morning that it stopped feeling like a problem and started feeling like just the way things are. It isn't. And this cut is the proof. Here's what most women with fine hair do that quietly works against them. They keep length. More length feels like more hair. It makes intuitive sense, but it's backwards. The longer fine hair gets, the heavier it becomes. And the heavier it becomes, the more it pulls itself flat. Length is the enemy of volume in fine hair over 60. The cut creates the volume, not the products. The cut. The feathered volume bob lands at the chin to just below the jaw, not lower. At that precise length, the hair has no excess weight pulling it down. The feathering, and this is the technique your stylist needs to understand, is done with a razor at the midshaft, removing bulk from inside the hair rather than at the surface. The result is hair that moves away from the head rather than against it. Crown lift becomes visible without any product at all. This is the one that makes women message me every single week. Tell your stylist, I want a feathered volume bob landing at chin to just below the jaw. I want internal razor feathering through the midshaft to remove bulk without reducing length at the surface. The goal is lift at the crown and movement through the ends. If they suggest thinning shears instead of a razor, ask for both. The razor gives movement. The thinning shears refine it. The swap. If you're still wearing fine hair past the shoulder in the hope of it looking fuller, swap it for this chin-length feathered bob. Long fine hair reads flat and thin regardless of what you put in it. A chin-length feathered bob reads deliberately modern, voluminous, and rich. Same hair. Different decade. Entirely different message. For upkeep, this cut needs a 6-week refresh. Fine hair grows faster than it seems, and the moment the length passes the jaw by more than half an inch, the weight returns and the volume disappears. 6 weeks is the rule. Keep it. One small shift at 6 weeks is all it takes to make the volume last. And that single appointment, that one decision to keep the length honest, is what keeps you looking exactly the way you felt when you walked out of the salon. You just learned 5 specific, named cuts that work with your face, your bone structure, and your hair. And you now have the exact words to walk into any salon and ask for every single one of them. That's not a small thing. Most women spend years not knowing how to say what they want. You just changed that. Wear this knowledge with the confidence it was always meant to carry. Now tell me in the comments, which of these 5 cuts are you booking first? I genuinely want to know, and I read every single one. Next time, we're getting into the color mistake that adds 10 years overnight. And it's not the shade you'd expect. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.